So, Ayette, you started your music career at a very young age. What inspired you to try music at all?
Well, a lot of people in my family were musicians or they were entertainers, and I was always inspired by that because some of them, even though they weren't professional actors, they would put on little plays or little routines. And I was just always inspired by that at a young age.
So, how would you describe your musical style?
Oh, really? My musical style is mainly pop, but then a lot of times when I do a cover, I'll do something more soulful. But the music I make is usually pop.
Cool. So, what artists are you looking up to right now?
My number one inspiration is Katy Perry. I've loved her since I was like 7 or 8. She was the first concert I went to, and I always liked her music, so she's one of my biggest inspirations.
Can you tell us a little bit about your new song, All American? What is like the meaning of the song?
Well, at first it just sounds like a fun song, but then there's actually a deeper meaning to it when I started writing it. It's about, there's so many people here who come from other countries, and they're always kept with the title African American, Mexican American, Asian American, even if they've been here for generations. They're never really given this title of being fully American. So that's what it's about. Like, no matter where you come from, you're all American.
Oh, that's so cool. So, what was the process of making the music video for that song?
Well, for the music video, we met with a director and we kind of told him a little bit of what the song was about. And he made like a little storybook with pictures showing how the plot of the video. And then we picked locations of where to shoot it. We got some sponsors and then we set up a date to film it. And then it was a lot of fun.
Oh, that's so cool. So, is there any new music coming out soon that you can tell us about?
I am planning to put out 3 or 4 songs at the end of this year. The one I'm recording the soonest is called Say It Loud. It's about not being held back by anyone and just expressing yourself. And then also another song called With Me. I've performed it before, but I haven't recorded it. And that one I'm really excited about because it starts off slow, but then the music changes and there's like a rap and it's really fun.
Oh, cool. So, what social media platform do you use most to stay connected to your fans?
The social media platform, I have two, Instagram and Live Me. It's like a broadcasting app.
Oh, cool. So, what do you want your relationship to be like with your fans?
I really want them to be able to feel like they can talk to me. There are a lot of supporters that I met when I performed at a school, and they'll DM me on a regular basis about, what they're going through or if they need some advice on, like on staying determined. I like to talk to them about that and about anti-bullying.
That's awesome. So, what's an average day for Ilette Hill look like?
Well, first of all, I have homework because I do independent school, so lots of homework. And then a lot of times I'll look at monologues because I also do acting.
Cool.
And I always like picking monologues and practicing them, even when I don't have an audition or something coming up. Or sometimes I'll just start writing. Like I'll just look at something and I'll get some inspiration. I'll start writing for it, and then I'll take those ideas to my music producer, and then we'll see like which ones can be turned into a song. So I journal a lot on a regular basis.
So, how do you balance schoolwork and your professional life?
Actually, the independent school program has been pretty helpful for me because it's since I don't have to go to school every single day, I can really balance it out. Like, let's say I know I'm going to have a really busy day one week, then I can just do 2 days worth of work in one day. And it just balances out really well. That way I don't have to be stressed like before where I would be leaving school midday in order to drive to Los Angeles, which is like a 2 or 3 hour drive for me.
Yeah. So, what goals have you set out for yourself in your career and personal life?
My main goal is just to get my music out there. I don't have any specific goals for like, reaching a certain number on a chart. I just really want to get my music out there because that's been my passion since I was little. I don't really care about the fame about it. I just want to do what I love.
Well, that's awesome. So where do you see yourself in 5 years in your career and personal life?
In 5 years. Wow. I really do want to do, even if it's like a small tour around some places in the US. In 5 years, I'll be 19, so I'll be more mature. I feel like I'll be more ready for the industry and definitely have a lot more songs out by then. And I really want to, along with a music tour, start an anti-bullying tour because I feel like that's something that really needs a lot more attention.
For sure, yeah. So last question, do you have any advice for aspiring music artists?
Just never let anyone tell you that you can't do something. As long as you have the passion and you keep working hard for it, anything is possible. It doesn't matter if even people close to you tell you that you're not meant for something. If you really feel that that's your passion, you can do it. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lot of work, so don't get discouraged by obstacles. Just think of each obstacle like one step closer to the finish line.
Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you again for taking this time to do this interview.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. I'm excited to see where you go.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.